I often ask my students to tell me stories. And I learned this story from one of my students. She comes from Kazakhstan. What do you know about Kazakhstan? So it's far away, the middle of Asia, huge country. And in the winter, in Kazakhstan, the snows are heavy. And this story takes place at the deepest winter. The steppes, the flat, level steppes, are covered with snow. Even deeper than the snow in Kassel, meters deep. And in the story, well, I want to give you a scene of the story. In a moment, you're going to stand up with a partner. Maybe the same partner, maybe a different partner. I don't know. And one of you is very poor. All you have is a really old horse, a bony old horse. It's old. And all you're wearing is an old coat. In fact, it's such an old coat, it's full of holes. There's more holes than coat. In fact, there are 70 holes in your coat. You're freezing, and your horse is so slow, and the snow is so deep, and you're far from home. And as you're riding through the snow, you see, coming in the opposite direction, a very rich man. He's the landowner. And he has a fine, strong horse. And he has the most wonderful coat. I mean, it's thick, fur coat. So warm. And not only that, he has a fur hat. And he's very rich. Now the thing is, you want his coat. How are you going to get it? I mean, you've got no money. You're not a violent person. You're not going to hit him. You're not going to shoot him. But you need his coat. How could you do it?
Words like, oh, I'm so poor, please help me.
Okay, so you're going to try to persuade him.
Yes.
I'm so poor, so you might persuade him by asking for him to give you pity. You're poor and he should feel sorry.
You could fool him and telling him that the coat you are wearing is, no, I'm wearing, is a magical coat, and if you wear this, you get more money or...
Share the coat. What, you mean cut it in half? Or take in turns? Or something like this. So somehow sharing the coat. You pretend to be his friend. And then, when he's not looking... Yeah.
Yes, or you say that your coat is more cool, not cold, but cool, like hipster.
Yeah, it's cool. It may be old, but these holes are really fashionable. Beautiful holes, man. Distress them. These are great. 3 minutes starting now. got holes, but it's warm. I learned this story from one of my students. Her name is Asiya Omarova. Asiya Omarova from Kazakhstan. Aldar Kose was riding in the mid-winter snows. They were deep on the Kazakh steppes. But his horse was old and bony, and his coat was full of holes. Such an old coat. So cold he was. And when would he ever get home? He had no hat upon his head. And then Aldar Kose saw, riding in the opposite direction towards him, the bai, the landowner, the rich man. And Aldar Kose quickly thought, and he took his coat and he opened and closed his coat as quick as he could, flapping it. Oh, the sunshine is so warm. Oh, how wonderful the sun is, but I am so hot. What? Said the rich man. How can you be hot in that old rag of a coat? Oh, are you insulting my coat? Said Aldar Kose. You should know that this is a very special coat. But it's full of holes, said the rich bai. Well, it may be full of holes, but you see, the cold air goes out of the holes, and the warm stays in. Let me have a look at that coat. I could not possibly. This coat was given to me by my father before he died. This is my coat. A magic coat, you say, said the bai. Let me have the coat. I want this coat. I will give you my coat in return. No, said Aldar Kose. That would not do. My father made me promise never to give the coat away. My father also warned me why I should not. But now I don't remember what he said. I cannot give you my father's coat. Give me the coat, said the bai. If you give me that coat, I will give you my coat. I will give you my hat as well. I will exchange my horse for your horse. I want that magic coat. I am more important than you. The coat should be mine. And Aldar Kose looked at the bai and he said, have you got any gold? And now the rich man, he took off his coat, he took off his hat, he got down from his horse and he gave it all to Aldar Kose and a bag of gold as well. And happy, the bai took that old coat and started to put it on. And quickly Aldar Kose rode on that magnificent horse along through the snow. And as he rode away, he heard a shout from behind. Hey! Hey, you! Hey, come back! This coat is not working. I'm cold. It's terrible. And Aldar Kose looked back. He said, oh, yes, I remember now what my father said. The magic will only work for me. Find your own way to tell the story, whether you tell it in English or German or mix or in another language.